example, like weird things like that can happen. Like, what if would you bang a girl that resembles like your sister?
I don't have a sister, but
Well, you don't have one, but like if you had a sister or like do you have like a cousin, a girl or something, and if a girl looks like really similar to her, would that be weird to you? Too weird?
I think it kind of would. Yeah, it
You know what I mean?
depends.
Yeah,
Like,
stuff
fuck.
like that. Little
It
things like
depends
that.
how similar, right? Because like everyone, like they're never gonna look actually like if they have just some features. It's like,
I
well,
mean, but maybe they look pretty close though. Some girls can be very close looking.
yeah, it would be it would be a case by case. But the one that I always think of, and like this used to be asked a lot, like like between friends and shit. It's like, would you bang this girl if it was your stepsister? And it's like in your head, like just a random girl, right, that you find attractive. It's like, well,
Oh,
obviously I
yeah, that's
would.
another one. Yeah, that's a thing.
But
Porn,
if
they do
you
that
were
in
to
porn a lot.
if you were
Porn,
to be raised with them in the same household your whole life, by the time you probably wouldn't, because it's like you see her as your sister. But if it was just all of a sudden, like I'm 23, if my fucking mum randomly remarried and like and the
and then
guy she was,
the guy had a hot daughter.
yeah, I can't say that I would be like, oh well, I can't do this. You're my sister. I'd probably
Yeah.
would be like, well, fuck
No
this.
blood. If it's no blood relation.
Yeah, well that's step. I think the blood is half.
Well, because like in porn, they do that a lot. They'll have fetish stuff where it's like banging my stepmom and banging my stepsister. Like they do that a lot, and it's like a lot of people must like that and get into that weird stuff because it's popular.
Yeah, it
They
is.
fetishize these things, and it's very weird stuff. And like, I don't really watch that stuff like that.
Well, teacher too, right? That was another one that was like,
I see that. I can understand the hot teacher idea. That's kind of like a normal thing, though, in a way. Like, I don't think unless you're gay. I don't think there's any guy that can't say that they didn't have like maybe some crush on. There had to have been at least one in your entire schooling. There wasn't like at least one teacher that you didn't think was kind of hot.
no, obviously there was, yeah. But with the stepmom, it's the same situation. Like, if she raised you as your stepmom, you're never going to think like that. But
Yeah,
I don't know what your family situation is, but if all of a sudden one of your parents or your dad obviously goes out and fucking grabs this new broad and she secretly doesn't actually like him, she's into you, you're probably going to fucking take the opportunity. Sorry, Dad. Better luck next time,
See, I don't know. The sharing thing's too weird for me. I wouldn't want to do that.
Well, it wouldn't be a sharing situation. In that sort of situation,
It would feel like to me like, hey, I was with
it
your
would be
dad.
a shagger and then,
Like,
let your dad know. Like,
if a woman was like, hey, I was with your dad, but I really want to be with you, I'd be grossed out. Like, no, you're already with my dad. I don't want no. It's too close to home. Like, it's like, hey, you were with him. I don't want it. It would be a put off for me. To me,
I think I would probably fuck her and then go to my dad and be like, "Yo, you got to get rid of this bitch. This is why."
we both
Maybe,
at least you're not trying to do the father son tag team.
no, I'm not winning the tag team belts with my dad. No, fuck.
Logan says step cis porn used to be the most popular shit. I like how WrestleMania predictions turns into fucking this talk. Yeah, it used to be really like, and another one that's popular, babysitter porn.
That's true. Actually, yeah, you're right.
That's a big one.
I had hot babysitters when I was younger though, so I kind of see where that comes from.
Yeah, I think a lot of guys are into that because like they're like, yeah, I'd like to hire her to be like babysit my kids.
Oh, I've never thought of it from that dynamic.
I think that's what it is. A lot of it. Women like that too, though. I think they think that's popular with women too.
Yeah,
Believe it or not, even just like the lesbian babysitter, that even the women are into that kind of idea. I think because that's popular in that shit. I see those videos with that. There's that one broad, Corey Chase, and she's like, if you've heard of her, she's like, she does men and women. I think she does both, but she'll do like these porns, and she'll be like doing the stepdaughter thing, and she's like, and she says like weird stuff, and it's like you can tell, like she'll be like, oh, you're my daughter, though. This is so wrong. Like, you should be like, you know how long I've wanted this? She's hinting around.
Yeah, that's
and it's a little weird. And it's like, I know what you're suggesting. And yeah, and you're not fully going there because they're actually not allowed to, I guess. They can't hint at like stuff like they can hint, but they can't say certain things. Even in porn, they're not allowed to do that. But you know what she's saying when she says something like that.
Yeah.
She's basically saying like, oh, I've
We aren't.
wanted this,
We aren't.
for a long. When you were young, I want like she just but it's like the girl always and the girls always look real small in the video with her, and it's like, but it's an adult girl, but they always look young, and it's like man, people really get into this like fetishy fucking when they get. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I've never watched any of that stuff. You ever seen this thing where like they do the thing where the women get stuck and a guy will come up from behind and bang them, or a woman will come up from behind? You ever seen that?
Yeah, of course I have, but it's just so like, it's so unrealistic and fake, like, oh my God, I'm stuck in, he's right, I'm stuck in the washing machine, like, come help me. It's like, who in their life has been stuck in a washing machine? At least for the teacher one, I'm like, well, I know of a case where that happened, but
yeah, how does that happen? I mean, we get stuck all the time. Like, come on, man. Like, what? I mean, it's just so. Whoever comes up with these ideas nowadays, they're just really reaching for the newest fucking. Oh, what can we do that would be hot? That's different. Oh, how about women get stuck in situations and then they get banged from behind when they're stuck, or they get like eaten out when they're stuck? Like,
and that's normally the story, right? Like, maybe if you come fuck me, it'll like free me up.
Yeah, hey,
like, what?
Your cock.
Yeah.
It'll make me slippery and I'll come out of here. But like, so yeah, they can easily walk out. Like I'm trying to think the weirdest thing. What's the weirdest thing I ever saw? Probably. Let me think. Because I won't watch any of that real weird stuff like scat and stuff. I don't like that stuff. It's too much. But what's the weirdest thing? Trying to think.
What's this? Like the weirdest?
Trying to think the weirdest porn I ever watched.
Well, obviously, at some point, someone's shown you Two Girls, One Cup, right?
Well, that's like
that takes the cake.
That's not even porn to me. That's just like gross meat, vile video meat grossness.
Yeah.
Like I don't even consider that like a porn. I'm talking about like one where I was like, hey, I'm gonna watch this. I clicked on it and wanted to watch it. Maybe like the Japanese girl ones. Some of them are real weird. With the Japanese girls, they can be real weird with their sex stuff over there in Japan and places. They do weird stuff. Like they do like that weird, like, what do they call that? Like, the sort of, what do they call that? They have like a word. What is it called? Just, I don't know. I can't even remember what's called. They just do real weird stuff with their porn. Odd. Pissing. Yeah, I've seen that. I told you guys I saw that with that Rachel Rivers. The one I mentioned on the on here in the porn stream where she was the one I said, well, she was like, I saw her on a YouTube video that when the guy was doing chiropractor. He's like, I'm cracking porn stars. Like it was like a joke. And it's like, oh, he's just giving them like, he's doing chiropractor on them.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I saw this girl and I go, who's that girl? I've never seen her before. She kind of got my attention. I go, who's that? And I got her name and I looked her up. And the first thing I found was like her drinking another girl's piss. I go, what the fuck? Like, right to it. Like, man, like just first thing is just like the fetishy drinking pee and like letting the girl pee in her mouth. And she swallowed that right down. I'm like, damn, no. She had no qualms at all about drinking that.
That's so, yeah, because I know they're making so much money from it, but then imagine you marry that 10 years down the track when she's like fine and normal, and you do the same thing. You're like, oh, let me search up her, and that comes up. You know what I mean? Like once someone does that sort of shit, I don't think you can kind of.
I think they kind of like anybody they're ending up with probably is aware of their past. Probably. But
there's no way she's actually into that. Like she's just literally selling her fucking.
Maybe you never know. Some girls are really weird. They have fetishes that they're into something specific like that.
I mean, maybe, but that's an extreme.
She really seemed happy. She was smiling. She seemed real. I mean, she could have been a real great. She might have been crying after. I don't know, but she seemed to be perfectly happy in doing it. Like she loved it.
Jesus,
like, give me that girl. She's like, give me all that. That girl's like, okay, and like she's just like, she didn't seem to be too upset about it. It's like, whoa, right to it. Great. That's not a put off. No, I don't know. Some of that weird stuff can be hot too, though. I don't know why. It's like because it's so extreme, but
yeah, well, there's something to a taboo factor, right? Like that's where the whole stepsis and that kind of shit.
Yeah, but I don't get into like the crap stuff, or like farting and stuff. I don't like any of that. Like,
yeah, no,
none of that. Like when those weird ones where like those people like put a hose up to their mouth and like do weird shit. Like they just don't. What about? Let me ask you about this. Do you like being rough with a woman? You think that's like? Is that like, you know what I mean?
Like hair pulling, choking, that kind of
yeah.
I can get into it. Yeah, but like it's not like
I think that can be hell. I mean, that's fine. Just don't do Andrew Tate. Don't like beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, and people act like it's something like, oh, I'm such a fucking alpha Chad. I do it with everyone. It's like for me and all the experiences I've had, it's not like you pick a girl up and unless she's kind of kinky and like lead it, it's not something I would go straight into choking a bitch. But yeah, I've done it with girls and shit before. Yeah.
Yeah, and they had this thing that was like this, like some of those YouTube videos I was talking about on those on that neck, or what is it called? Like they were putting him through a lie detector. They had this guy on there, and these they had him hooked up, and they were asking him all these questions. He was like a young guy, and he's married or whatever. But they were asking him questions, and they said, "Do you think men are inherently how'd they phrase it, like better than women?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he passed. They go, "Oh, you really think that, huh?" They're getting mad at him because he passed it. He didn't lie. And then they also asked him, like, have you ever had a like graping have you had a grape fantasy? They say the word, and he's like, he goes, well, I forgot how he answered it, but he kind of made it seem like, yeah, well, yeah, he had, but they didn't get mad at him for it, but they were kind of like, at least you're honest, like, but it's not, that could be more like, not that you want to actually do that to a woman, but more like if you had a girlfriend and maybe you want to role play or something, maybe you could role play that. Like it might be a fancy to role play it that you're doing that to her if she's into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but not as long as you're not actually thinking about going and doing it to some real woman. Hey, I'm gonna go out and grape a woman. Like not real, like more like, hey, I wonder if my girlfriend would be into like me pretending that I'm doing that, like she's a victim and you're role playing.